Hello, I'm Pastor Heath. Welcome to today's devotion from the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13 to 18. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing. For she sits at the door of her house, on a seat by the highest places of the city, to call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn and hear. And as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. Some years ago, we had something that became a tradition for our family. Every Saturday, my wife and I would take the kids to the mall for a few hours. Saturday was a busy day, but it was good exercise for us, and actually a lot of fun. Every store was lit up, music pouring out of some, smells pouring out of others, and people in and out with their shopping bags and conversations. It all sounds chaotic, but it was actually relaxing. As a family, we just walked, slow-paced, holding hands, not at all bothered by the shoppers or the stores. Eventually, though, that mall began renting out more space, right in the middle of the walkways, in fact, to cheap businesses selling cheap merchandise, or as I would politely call it, junk. And because they sold worthless junk, the salespeople had to learn to be aggressive with drawing people into their kiosks. They'd call out to you, step right in front of you, offer the kids candy. They would reach out their hand, and if you shook it, they would lightly pull you into their table of junk. It was all very annoying. We had to learn to pay no attention to them, not to respond to their calls, not even to look at them. And if they did step in our way, it was just simply, "Excuse me," and we would walk around them and continue on. Anyone foolish enough to visit their little kiosks would eventually regret the visit. And yet they would walk away only after having spent money on worthless items. The foolish woman, at the conclusion of Proverbs 9, she's pretty and glamorous on the outside, but empty in the head. And she calls out to the simple, promising them sex and pleasure, risky excitement. Today, the world calls these things adult activities, as though these things are for the mature. As though becoming an adult means sexual immorality is acceptable behavior, as well as expected behavior. According to the Bible, it is a dangerous game played by fools. Fools that will one day wish they never played the game, but by then it is often too late. The man entered the foolish woman's home. He followed her into the bedroom. She shut the door, turned off the lights, and what felt like a dream turned into a nightmare. Her house was full of skeletons, the fools who played the same game with her. Solomon says this is the house of hell. The woman sealed this man's doom. Her disease became his disease. His soul has been defiled. His conscience, evidently asleep when she first called to him, is now drowning with the horrors of judgment to come. It all sounds like a horror movie, doesn't it? But sadly, this is the reality of so many men and women today. Stay away from sexual immorality. If you're listening to me and you have already fallen to the temptation of pornography, prostitution, adultery, or other sinful behavior, you better wake up from your dream, or it will become an endless nightmare. It's time to wake up and grow up. Stop being a fool and turn to Jesus Christ. Jesus will save. He will forgive. He will restore all those who trust in Him. So ponder these words, and God bless you.